All right, next up, Psycho 3. As I said, I have this triple pack. Pretty damn good deal I had here. I think it was like 10 bucks. I know they have the Blu-rays now, which actually I want to get because I love Psycho 3. So, anyways, we've got Maureen here, and she is a nun, and she wants to commit suicide. There is no God, blasphemer. And she gets this nun accidentally killed. And I love that shot of the nun falling down that like stairwell. It looks freaking awesome, man. It looks like an actress falling all the way down. How the hell they did that? It must be like a mannequin that looks real or something. But this was directed by Anthony Perkins himself, and I think this is a damn good movie. I really enjoyed revisiting this. I've always liked it, but I really enjoyed the shit out of it this time, even more so than usual. We get Jeff Fahey. There's a big reason I love this. Jeff Fahey as Duke. Friends call me Duke. Watch the guitar. Watch the fucking guitar. Love his lines. He might be my favorite character in all of Psycho, like all the films. He's so funny to me. Bitch, stupid bitch, you could have been coming instead of going. He's such an asshole. He's such an asshole. I love assholes in movies, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, he throws her suitcase into the puddle after he picks her up. What a piece of shit, man. He's such a dick throughout this entire film. So Norman, Nerd Man, he's a nerd. Oh my god, I don't know where the hell I was going with that one. I wasn't doing that on purpose. It was just a Freudian slip of some sorts. But he poisons bird food to kill these birds so that he can stuff them. That is fucked up, man. Seriously, for a guy who kills people, that's even low for you. He uses the same spoon to put the little sawdust in the birds as he does to then eat his peanut butter on crackers, which is disgusting. Emma Spool, that was the name of his mother in the last one. There you go. I wrote it down here. They go to the diner in this movie, and the sheriff and the guy who runs the diner and characters from the first one, the same diner, the same set, the same is all retained here. It really flows. Like the second to the third really goes together like one cohesive piece, like it fucking should. And they're talking about the disappearance of Emma Spool, and they're thinking it might be Norman. And blah. Awesome continuity here. Really excited about that. And so he sees Maureen, and she has the initials MC on her luggage as he's getting grilled by this journalist, and he mistakes her for Marion Crane. So he's kind of like getting some flashbacks of what he did, and he goes and he checks her in. Duke checks her into the cabin after like she walks up, and there's Duke, the guy who fucking threw her out of her car and basically tried to rape her in the car. She kept yelling no, and he kept pushing forward. Jesus, he's terrible. And there she's like, oh my god, the odds. She must just feel like shit when she gets there. I'm surprised she didn't leave, but this girl seems to not have much self-respect. So she goes, and Duke gives her cabin 1. And Norman comes back, and he fucking freaks out when he sees that he gives her cabin 1. I think that's hilarious. And this is the first film that we get to see Norman talking to his mother. Like, there she is in the room, and he's sitting there, and he's having a full conversation with his mom's body. Usually it's done, voiceover, and he's like in the room, and he's talking, even in the last one he's talking to her in his mind, and he carries her up the stairs and whatnot, but we actually get to see their banter back and forth, with him kind of going back and forth on the voice. So I thought that was really cool. And oh my god, talking about granny panties, holy shit. Maureen's character, he looks through the little hole at her. She has fucking like panties almost up to her tits. It's crazy, but she's got a great ass, and I do not think that's that actress. Another body double. 2 movies in a row, pretty damn sure. He goes in to kill her. Like, he puts on mom's outfit, goes in to kill her in the shower, just like freaking Marion Crane, and she's in there, and she slit her own wrists, and she has a hallucinatory moment in her last lucid little moment, like as she's fading off from blacking out from blood loss, and she sees Norman as, because he's dressed as a woman, she sees him in a vision as the Virgin Mary. And instead of holding a butcher's knife, he's holding a cross with Jesus on it, which I thought was really cool, actually. I was like, okay, interesting. So she thinks like he's her savior, which technically is. But that scene really made me wonder, like, so he went in there as the mom to kill her, but then she was dying, and what? Because of his attraction to her, it snapped him out of it? Did the mom think her work was done? So then she went to leave, and Norman then took over to go check, and she was living by that point? Like, what happened in that moment when Norman saw her, or, Norma, if you will? Did she leave? Did Norman snap out of it for a moment? Is he able to be pulled out of mom mode if something, is shocking enough that he isn't expecting? Like, I thought that was a very interesting scene to kind of try to break down what happened in Norman's mind there, but we'll never know. And he reiterates the line here, we all go a little mad sometimes. So there's a good amount of homages to the first one. We got Juliet Cummings here, man, from Friday the 13th, Part 5, Slumber Party Massacre 2, Deadly Dreams. This girl had a pretty cool career in horror, and I really dig her a lot because you guys know. I think I moved my camera here. No, I'm good. You know how much I love Slumber Party Massacre 2 and Friday the 13th, Part 5, and she plays two awesome characters in both of those, and an awesome character here. And this is where she goes home with Duke, and he does the infamous, what in my family is infamous, lampshade scene where he's sitting there naked and he's giving her like a light show, and it's all provocative and sexy, and there's all this like really like sensual music playing, and she's on the bed like taking it off. It's a really sexy scene, actually. I know that there's a lot of people who probably find it funny that he's sitting there with the lamps, but I grew up with my brothers and we rewatched movies all the time, and my brother was a very odd guy. And he would rewind scenes and talk about scenes, and he would find certain scenes so fucking funny, and he would have to point out every single little tiny nuance and every little detail of why he found every single little thing in that moment funny. And that was one of those scenes, the lamp scene where he's doing that. So anytime I see that, it immediately brings me back to my childhood, and one of my best memories from my childhood for sure. But yeah, I love that scene, and just watching it unbiasedly a little bit here, and trying to just watch it as a critic. I don't really consider myself a critic, but I really liked it. I think it's a really cool, sexy scene. I think Anthony Perkins did a fantastic job here directing this. Duke has naked chicks all over his walls, and even plastered on the lamps themselves. They're like wrapped with saran wrap and naked chicks on it. Jesus Christ, man. You walk into a guy's room who has that kind of shit going on, get out of there, because he does not think of you as a person. I can tell you that shit right now. And so he throws her out of the room in the nude, and then throws her clothes at her. Oh my God, he is such a piece of shit. It's crazy. And then she goes into the phone booth to try to call a cab, and he gives her the $5 bill. At least he gave her cab fare, right? $5 back then, that was a lot of money for cab fare. That's what he makes an hour. But she, back then, Jesus Christ, I was alive during this time. I shouldn't, but she goes in the phone booth, and I like how the hand comes through the phone booth first, like through the glass, which is completely unnecessary. Maybe that's to get her off guard so that they can open it up and then kill her. But yeah, she gets brutalized in there, and then Norman's found cleaning it up in the morning. And, here's something I really wanted to talk about really, really quick. So Norman has a romance with Maureen throughout this film, and Anthony Perkins was homosexual in real life, and he has to have intimate scenes with this woman in it. And it just reminded me of how, like, when a straight man plays a gay man in movies, everyone's like, oh my God, like, how did he go there? How did he do that? Like, he was making out with a dude and like he was acting gay and all that. Like, that's such a crazy role to take on, blah blah. Like, not everybody says that, of course, but there are plenty of people who do that. Like when Sean Penn did it for Milk, or when Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger did it for Brokeback Mountain, or whatever. Like, everyone's always so blown away by that. But when a gay man plays straight in a film and makes out with a woman and has sex scenes with her and whatnot, they'll never get that kind of credit. And it's exactly the same thing. You're fucking, having sexual acts with someone of a sex you don't like, that you don't prefer. That would be like me being with a dude. Like, it would not be, like, I would be fucking physically ill trying to have a sex scene with a guy. I would do it as an actor because I don't really have any shame and I don't see anything wrong with it and this and that. I wouldn't feel like it was, lessening me as a man or something stupid. But like, I don't know. I wouldn't be into it, like, if I could tell you that for sure. So it would definitely be something I have to push myself to do. But yeah, it's funny that they never get any credit for that. But, straight people will. It's kind of lame, but I mean, I get it. I just don't get it at the same time. And then that that chick that's down, she's partying, she gets her throat slit, so we get another really cool kill here. And it's like Norman wanted to kill Maureen, but he liked her so much that he had to go and find a different victim, some chick that like flirted with him for a second. Oh, also, I forgot to point out the chick that Duke threw out. She tried to get Norman to come in on a three-way with him, so that chick really has no qualms at all with doing some slutty shit, which, hey, I mean, the world needs slutty women, so good for her. And he puts her in ice chest, really. He must be in mom mode, and mom's an idiot. Yeah, let's throw her in the ice chest where everyone in the hotel eventually goes. How you gonna clean that one out, dumbass? Another chick alibis him. Maureen alibis him in the last movie. Mary alibis him. So he's got chicks in every movie, hot chicks in every movie, alibiing his ass. If only they knew who he preferred. That's why he doesn't really want these women. And then he's about to get caught. They go up into the room and mom's missing. And then he goes and he finds that Duke found his mom, took him into his hotel or his motel room, and is holding her hostage and wants, Norman to sell off land and whatever to pay him off and this and that. And of course, Duke gets beat to death with his guitar, which he never wants anyone to touch. And even after Norman bashes him in the head with it once, he still utters the words, "Hey, watch the guitar." I love it. I love that that's basically his dying words. I mean, it basically is. So he thinks he kills him, throws him in the car to go get rid of him. They're in the car driving, and he comes back to life because, yeah, getting hit over the head like that probably wouldn't kill you. So that was cool. He attacks Norman. Norman pins his fucking face to the passenger side floorboard, then floors the car with the other foot. I think it would have been funnier if he was down below and he pushed his head into the freaking gas pedal, kind of like the baby in Human Centipede 2. My God, that scene's so fucked up. But he pushes her head and he just drives right into the swamp. And then, like, the car's filling up with water, so he's holding the guy down there as he drowns. And then as he drowns, he lets him off, gets out the door, and swims up to the top and finds the other chick, the chick that tried to get him in a three-way, down there. He's such a creature of habit. Like, they'll just throw her in the swamp where they found the bodies last time. Yeah, Jesus. He doesn't really think about things much, but he's insane, so what can you say? It says in the paper that his mother was arrested for murder and kidnapping. So I'm not really sure what that's all about, what they're implying there. That she actually did the killing and that she kidnapped him, or I don't fucking know. I don't really get what that all is. So if someone could explain that part to me, I'm not really getting it. And let's see. Maureen has an accidental death here, so Norman doesn't even mean to kill her. And so he freaks out, and we actually get to see Norman for the first time ever do his mother's voice right there on screen, which was great to see. I loved that. And then the reporter comes in, and she's in the house, and she's like trying to reason with Norman, and he's going to kill her, and he turns it on Mom because he's pissed off at Mom for the death of Murray, and he finally was in love with this girl, or had feelings for her, whatever. And he goes over and he stabs the fucking dead body of Mom to death, trying to rid himself of Mom. I'm finally free, as he said, which is not true, because then he says that at the end of part 4 as well. So he thought he was free, but I guess he wasn't. And somehow he had the worst frisk ever in police history, because he has the full arm and hand of a dead woman in his pocket. Really? They didn't find that? They didn't find a third fucking arm on him? Jesus Christ, man. That is really fucking stupid. But outside of that, man, this movie's awesome. I had such a fucking fun time revisiting it. And now we're going to move on to Psycho 4, The Beginning.